The Mountain Dew ARCA Series is going short track racing as we head to the Oswego Speedway in New York for the running of the Krispy Kreme 200. Mateo Montoya in the 55 has the pole for tonight's race. To his outside second is Greg Graff in the 300. Then third's Riley Spurley 2. Fourth is Nicholas Valdez. And running at the top 5 is Will Parrish in the 11. Then 6th is Stephen Thompson. 7th place we have Jason Larker. 8th is Colin Teague. 9th Luke Rainey and Julius Anderson rounds out the top 10 in the 77. The rest of the field, there's Charlie Davenport who's inside Jose Mills in the 98. Then there's Mark Owens with Sebastian Kukulon, with Christian Vargas and Silas Orta. And there's Trey Rainey and Ryan Brommer. Behind them, third in points, Joe Sandrovich. Landon Lyons, 2's outside. Nick Sean Richardson, second in points, looking for 2 in a row in the Mountain Dew ARCA Series. Danny Bryant in the 9, 2's inside. Then we have Luke Jones with Edwin Mendez. Behind them, Roger Ray and Benny Watson. Then James Ellison and Jake West, with Marshall Burrow and Jaden Jacobs. And Keegan Thompson and Evan Hunter, with Nolan Rempel and Zachary DeLello. And we have Mathis Wells and Trey Wright, Tyler Fink and Sky Commons, Juan Garcia and Derek Bouchard, and the 41st starting position, Zach Winkle, the 25, comes in as our points leader. He's been on a downward slide over the past few races. Can he try and gain positions to minimize points lost here tonight? There's our 41 car field for the Krispy Kreme 200 in Oswego. Let's go on track time. Fire the engines up for short track racing in the Mountain Dew ARCA Series.
Drivers, start your engines.
Crank it up. Daniel, how are you? You right up there? Where are you at? Yes, sir.
41 cars rolling off the starting grid to go racing in Oswego, New York for the 10th Mountain Dew ARCA Series race of season number 3. Zach Winkle, starting last, comes in as the points leader. Can try and gain positions to gain some points. Joe Sandrovich, who is third in points, starts at the front along with the 22. Green flag is in the air. We're racing Oswego. Mateo Montoya leads lap 1 from the pole. Spurley Tube up to second, looking for more in turn number 1. Greg Graff falls back to third, but is in line. Will Parrish to fourth, Jason Larker to fifth. Ray to sixth, in the wall for Nicholas Valdez. He'll drop back outside the top 5. Mark Owens to 43 to the inside. He wants a top 10 spot. Kukul on the 5 on the inside, 3 wide behind them. Silas Orta, Colin Teague. Kukul on the 5, down low. Joe Sandrovich just behind that mess. That's just outside the top 10. Thompson right now holds 10th. Valdez back to 9th as Owens gets to 8th. The front of the field, Spurley Tube gaining as they come off turn 4. Right in the back of Mateo Montoya. Right behind him, looking for a move to be made in one of these corners. He's been looking lower the past few corners. It looks like he has a better car in the middle of the corner, the center of the corner. On exit, I think the 55 gets a little bit of a run off a little bit of a higher groove. He's running about half lane high right there. Spurley Tube goes higher that time. 20th at the racetrack. Greg Graff as well. Behind him, third goes up the racetrack. That allows Will Parrish to close in. Here's Val for 5th. Mills to the inside of Larker. As the 10 goes up the racetrack. 98 will grab a top 5 spot off the corner. Larker falls back to 6th. Rainey back to 7th. Thompson up to 8th. Owens and Valdez ran out the top 10. Joe Sandrovich up to 11th. And here's a 3-way battle. Luke Jones to the inside. Orta middle lane. Kukulon up top. They're all battling hard trying to get up to the front. Up front of the field though, it's single file. Right now it's kind of riding around. Spurley Tube up the racetrack, losing some time down the backstretch as Montoya tries to pull away in the 55. Greg Graff 300 looking for a run to get back in second. Spurley Tube's up high. He might get into the wall. Did a great job not to there, but lost some time to the drivers behind. Because here comes that 300 of Greg Graff. He's closing in. Will Parrish, Jose Mills. I think Graff's going to hammer right here. Got to the inside. Good corner there by the 300. Inside, Spurley Tube, almost some contact made. There might have been some contact. Graff to the inside, Spurley Tube. For a second, Montoya tries to pull away. And Graff wants to clear that 20 as quick as he can. Montoya got the racetrack right there, down the backstretch. Graff the 300, Spurley Tube the 28. They come off the corner. Mateo Montoya got the racetrack. Graff closing in second now. And back there, battle for 5th again. Larker back to the inside. Mills is up front. 3-way battle for the lead. Montoya at the racetrack. Here comes Graff in the run. And the turn number 3 is there on the back of the 55. Spurley on the back of the 300. Looks low again. Graff holds him off for now. Will Parrish at the racetrack. He'll drop back to 5th. Larker to 4th. And now yellow is out. Caution is in the air for the first time. And it looks like there was a crash down the backstretch. Montoya takes the caution flag and it was Keegan Thompson who's all torn up in the 3 car. First yellow of the day comes out on lap number 9. Let's see the reason. Keegan Thompson spun here in Oswego. Coming off the corner, racing about mid-pack. Keegan Thompson the 3 up the racetrack. And look, you can see how these guys are kind of slamming up the racetrack. All of them. Ryan Brommer, the 33, goes up the racetrack. Thompson tries to keep out of the wall. And right here, they make contact. The 3 goes around, spins down to the inside. And this could be a hard hit right here. Look at that wall and how it projects out. And that is a horrible impact for Keegan Thompson. That is the blunt edge of a wall. We've seen that with the front stretch, with pit entry, where cars get spun like that. This time it's on the back stretch, where it kind of opens up to the infield. But that is a nasty crash for Keegan Thompson here down the back stretch. That's insane. And we're lucky it was passenger side, not driver side, where he hit, but still a hard impact. So a terrible crash for Keegan Thompson brings out the first yellow flag of the night here in Oswego. Mateo Montoya held off the challenge from behind to lead the field back to the caution flag. They stay on the racetrack. Mateo Montoya, dominating, has led every lap so far from the pole. He's out front for a first restart of the day in Oswego. The field pacing off of turn number 2, coming to take the green flag on lap number 15. It'll be 16 laps of racing to go in the Krispy Kreme 200. Keegan Thompson out of the race in the 3 car. 40 cars are on the lead lap on the racetrack, looking to try and gain spots here. Zach Winkle currently up to the 21st position. I'm sorry, 41st. Not too bad for the 25, but Joe Sandroge currently runs in the 13th position, so he's going to gain more points on the 25 as it stands right now. Mateo Montoya leads. He's led every lap so far in front of the pole. Greg Graff up to 2nd. Sprotube back to 3rd. 4th, Jason Larker. Will Parrish in 5th. At the green flag, we're back racing. Graff gets a good restart. He's right in the back of that 55. Now Montoya has a chance to cool his tires right here. We'll see if he's able to try and pull back with that 300. Has something for him down the back stretch. Off to the 3rd and 4th corners. Greg Graff looking low again on Montoya, who goes up the racetrack a little bit. Back there, Luke Ray at the track. He's in a rubbing match with Nicholas Valdez. Back there, Jason Larker and Sprotube for 3rd. Larker coming forward here at the right time. We're halfway done. The Krispy Kreme 200 in the second half of this race. Montoya continues to lead. Graff currently runs in 2nd. Larker up to 3rd. Sprotube back to 4th. For 5th, it's Parrish to the inside. Jose Mills in the 98. Mark Owens joining the party. It's a 3-way battle for a top 5 spot. Mills going to take it from Parrish as Sprotube slides up from 4th. Mills might have a shot for that position. Yeah, Riley, his car's really just gone away from him here in the second half of the race. Will Parrish on the wall. Off the 4th turn. Thompson to his inside. He'll get around. Here comes Silas Orta, the 06, getting some spots. Mills to the inside. Sprotube. He'll get by as Greg Graff out the racetrack from 2nd. He'll lose some time. Come to 12 to go. Jason Larker to the inside. Looking for 2nd. Montoya at the racetrack. Mills at the racetrack. Sprotube back to the inside. And Riley's not going away. He wants to get that top 5 spot badly. He wants to keep 4th. And Mark Owens currently up inside the top 10 to 6th. He'll look for 5th down the back as Mills went up high. And now Larker's in 2nd. He's had a fast car here as of late. He's gaining on Montoya off turn 4. He's there. Montoya started on the pole. He's had every lap so far, but with 11 to go, things are changing. Jason Larker is there. And the battle for 4th. Mark Owens got 51 Sportsman's Road to as Greg Graff falls back in 3rd. Here comes Larker inside. Side by side for the top spot. At the start finish line, Larker leads. 10 to go. 10 laps remain. Jason Larker clear. He's out front of the Krispy Kreme 200. Back to 2nd for Montoya. And now can he try and just stay with that 10 reeling back in? Or is Jason Larker too fast? Montoya up the racetrack. Greg Graff up the track in the 300. He'll lose 3rd. And Mills got a great run. The 98 to 3rd. Montoya trying to stay with Jason Larker. Mills to P3. Sprotube back up to 5th. Owens back to 6th. Orta to 7th. Thompson inside the top 10 to 8th. Valdez back up to 9th. Parrish in the wall again. 3 wide battle for 3rd. Mills at the racetrack. Graff middle lane. Sprotube bottom lane. 3 wide with 8 to go for 3rd. And it's Riley Sprotube going to come out of that with the best position. He's up to 3rd. Come to 7 to go. Montoya trying to gain on Jason Larker. He's a little bit lower that time. But the 10 still gains on corner exit. Sprotube get a clear Greg Graff right there. Now Orta for 4th on a charge late in this race. Wants a top 5. He'll get to 4th. And 06 has been very strong after that restart. He's closed in. He's gonna get to Sprudew, I think, for third. Mills to fifth. Graf back outside the top 5 for the first time tonight with 6 to go. I think Orr's gonna get there on Sprudew. Got a nice run going. Mark Owens to 6th. Greg Graf back to 7th. Larker up the racetrack, the 10 car. He's in the wall. Montoya closes in down the front stretch. 5 laps remain Oswego. Now that wall contact, will that hurt the 10 cars? Larker gonna get tight now. Can Montoya try and close in? Greg Graf out the racetrack. He's in the wall off turn 2. He'll drop back to 8th, maybe 9th as Thompson looks to the inside. Colin Teague inside the top 10, 3 wide off the corner. Valdez, Graf contact. Thompson to their inside. 3 wide inside the top 10. And this is incredible racing in Oswego. 4 to go. Valdez almost squeezing the wall. Greg Graf. And Thompson's going to get 2 spots right there. Now Colin Teague to the inside of the 0. He'll slide up the racetrack. Here comes Burrow. On the back bumper for Mark Owens. Right over Jose Mills for the top 5. South Orta might fall back. Off the corner, he gets very loose. He'll drop back as Mills gets to the inside for 4th. Owens wants a top 5. He's trying to get to the inside of the 06. Orta in line and 5th back there. Kukulon to the wall. He'll go around the 5. He saved it somehow. It was a dust up with Luke Jones. We're still green with 2 to go. We're coming to the white flag. It's Jason Larker leading the race. Last lap for the 10. He took the lead with 10 laps to go as Montoya dominated from the pole. And he never looked back. He only pulled the gap over the 55. And it's going to be victory lane for the 10 car. Off corner number 4. Checker flag waving. Jason Larker breaks through and wins in the Mountain Dew ARCA Series. Montoya second. After dominating, leading the first 2/3 of this race. In the field, coming across the start-finish line, but it's Jason Larker with the victory in the Krispy Kreme 200 at Oswego. A great race here tonight. Larker wins. Let's go see the finishing results and the point standings after Oswego. Here are the finish results from the Krispy Kreme 200 at the Oswego Speedway. 1 caution flag for 5 laps, and 2 drivers led this race. One of them being our race winner, Jason Larker. He started 7th, battled up in the last half of the race, up and leads the final 11 laps to win over Mateo Montoya, who started on the pole and led the first 19 laps. He ends up with a 2nd place finisher tonight. Riley Sprudew, right where he started in 3rd. He's been on a roll the past few races. Jose Mills in 4th, and Silas Orta rounds out the top 5, with Mark Owens in 6th, Greg Graf 7th, Stephen Thompson, Nicholas Valdez, and Colin Teague rounding out the top 10. Looking at the top 20, Joe Sandrovich, decent finish for him in 13th, closed in on the points lead that Zach Winkle has. Winkle does not finish inside the top 20. How about some drivers that came from towards the back? Benny Watson from 25th up to 16th. And you look and see Marsha Burrow came from 29th up to 11th, so great day for that 32. Nolan Rempel, 33rd to 19th. Derek Bouchard from 39th up to 17th. Great day for those drivers. For Zach Winkle, he came from last. He ends up 21st. Not too bad for the 25. Good rebound after a poor qualifying spot. And for Kashawn Richardson, it was a bad night. Started 22nd, fell back to 36th at the end. And he definitely loses that 2nd position in points. Joe Sandrovich gets it back as the 25 loses some points to Sandrovich. Keegan Thompson, the only car out with his caution flag, impacting the inside wall very hard. Let's now go see the point standings after the Krispy Kreme 200 in the Mountain Dew ARCA Series. 10 races are in the books in season number 3. Here are the point standings. Zach Winkle continues to hold the points, but he is 66 now ahead of Joe Sandrovich, who was back up to 2nd, so Sandrovich closes in greatly there. Valdez up to 3rd, only 91 back. Kishan Richardson down to 4th, and Charlie Davenport inside the top 5, with Danny Bright currently a solid 6th. Mateo Montoya 2nd place up to 7th. Ryan Brommer is up to 8th. Jason Larker, his win moves him up to 9th, and Trey Wright holds a spot inside the top 10. Look at our top 20. Look at all these winners. There are 6 winners, 8th to 13th in points. Ryan Brommer, Jason Larker, Trey Wright, Stephen Thompson, Riley Sprudew, Jake West, all winners from 8th to 13th in the point standings. Kind of crazy how they're all together. You see Kashawn Richardson in 4th, Nicholas Valdez 3rd, and Zach Winkle in 1st. They also have victories. They're also up inside the top 5 in the points. Look down below the top 20. Mark Owens just beneath that. Kukulon as well. Mendez, Mills. And look down. See names like Roger Ray, Mathis Wells, Derek Bouchard, Silas Orta, Graf, Lyons, and Ellison still down here towards the bottom of the points. We'll see if they can try and gain more. 10 races into the season, almost halfway done with the Mountain Dew ARCA Series season number 3 as we head to the Pocono Raceway for the General Tire 150. I will see you guys then.